All right, let's go ahead without further ado. Spawning at the top right, we got our blue Terran player, hailing from Italy, and representing the team of Team Roddy. Make some noise and put your hands together for BabyMarine.
Lovely. And his opponent, another Protoss. Let's see if he can handle this situation as well as he handled the previous one. It is going to be the Danish player, and it is PappiJoe from the E-Punks.
All right, so
I mean,
oh,
you think he would mind if we would start calling this the Italian match? PappiJoe.
PappiJoe.
PappiJoe, what are you doing with the pizza? What is it?
Yeah, I was like, I immediately thought of Papa John's when I saw his name.
Yeah. Exactly. But he's a really good Protoss player. I've seen him take down some heavy hitters before. And BabyMarine, you know, he is a strong player too. But I've yet to call him one of the heavy hitters, right? He's starting to get there. He's always improving. He's always getting better every time I see him play. That's fantastic to see. So who knows what plateau he will peak at. But PappiJoe probably will be a tough opponent for him here. Or at least I imagine a tougher opponent than Slavazar.
Do you know PappiJoe's ranking?
It was somewhere around 140 on Illegal Leg as well, or maybe 150-ish. So it's pretty close together.
Okay, yeah. So it should be a much more even match, it would seem. At least on paper.
On paper, yeah. And it's still a bit awkward.
Oh my goodness.
What a pro. Wow.
Wow.
Right. That's how you deal with the Reaper, boys. That's how you do it.
Yep.
Take notes. And just be like PappiJoe. A little bit of an awkward angle, I suppose, for the Reaper to come in there, but yeah, you don't expect all those probes to quickly be pulled.
Yeah, that Reaper got jumped so hard by those probes. Good old Grim in the live chat saying PappiJoe is currently ranked 136. Thank you for the
136. Ah, there we go.
Thanks for the update. Yeah, we appreciate it. As yeah, it looks like a 1-1-1 build here coming out of BabyMarine.
Ooh, bringing out the Hellions to play with. What is your opinion on Hellion harassment versus Widowmine harassment?
You know, I feel like on maps where the main base is larger, it kind of favors Hellion drops because there are more dark areas where you can kind of drop your Hellions. But with Widowmine drops, I think it is better on maps where the main base is actually kind of smaller. First off, smaller because you know, it takes less time to drop the Widowmine, so less time for the Protoss to react, and then also you don't need to worry about you know, drop into the dark area. You just drop right into the mineral line.
It's a very well formulated opinion. Nice.
Yeah, you know, I play Protoss myself, so
yeah, nice. All right, well, BabyMarine here, going with the full Widowmine drop towards the Protoss base, fully in vision of all the hallucinated Phoenix. Okay. Probably shouldn't get anything done here, of course. Hellions also trying the front door, not much happening as BabyMarine decides, you know what, let's just move back. And this is this quick sentry that PappiJoe kind of made for scouting purposes, I imagine. Even made 2 of them. And it's helping him out. He doesn't have as many Stalkers to help defend the drop with, but just BabyMarine realizing like how much in vision he is right now. As a Terran player, you're never going to make that attack, right? You're just like, well, how could this ever work?
yeah, I mean, this is a big map, so it's hard for observers to cover all the spots. And so I think with hallucinated Phoenixes with the sentry energy, you can kind of cover more ground with the Phoenix flying a bit quicker than, or much quicker than an observer would normally fly.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And, I guess there was a bit of a timing thing as well, right? Because if the Hellions went made and we just had Widow Mines, I'm not quite sure if that timing of the first Phoenix would be able to see the medevac as nicely as it did this time around. Widow Mine drop attempted. Getting 3 probes in total. Not fantastic, but gets 2 Widow Mines out. One still hasn't fired yet. It's kind of the one he was trying to put on in the ground right there, but having a bit of a rough time. Third base Widow Mines. Ooh. And 1.
Yeah, I think you can kind of already tell how the ranking gap where PappiJoe has handled these Widowmine drops much better compared to the previous series with Slavazar. He's like on top of it.
Sorry, an ambulance came by. That's to be muted. Yeah, no, for sure. Just very solid, and again, right, it comes down to him just being aware of exactly what BabyMarine is doing. A big game of knowledge. And yeah, you see how easy it sometimes looks when one player is just aware of what is going on with the other player. It's just night and day difference for a game like this. Big siege from the siege tanks coming in with the stim pack just completed. Let's see how well he gets these Marines and Marauders to shoot down these heavy hitter units. There's the shield battery overcharge, helping out a ton right now.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Do you see that? He actually like targeted the shield battery on the weakened Colossus, saving them. It was like, yeah, that was really good micro there by PappiJoe.
Yeah, keeping both of those Colossi alive. A very big deal, kind of losing some of those gateway units, but he gets rid of most of the Widow Mines, most of the siege tank splash damage, so he should be alright in this situation. BabyMarine going for a double medevac play. Well, we'll see how it pans out. It could be spectacular, of course, as all things regarding drops, but it also kind of feels like a bit of a more... I don't want to say desperate, but a bit more of a Hail Mary, right? It's like, okay, well, I guess the push didn't do as much as I maybe wanted it to. Well, I still want to do something, right? I still want to do some sort of damage. So let's just try this. Sometimes that just, becomes a spiral downwards where one thing goes wrong and then the next thing is a bit more desperate and that goes wrong and then the next, But he keeps most of those units alive. Doesn't get a lot of damage done. 6 probes. Was that one Widow Mine?
That one Widow Mine, because the probes were transferring from the dirt to the fourth.
That one Widow Mine got 6 probe kills.
Okay, this is where things get a little bit chaotic as the Protoss gotta defend not just one area, but 2 areas from the left and the right. He does cover the right side, but that drop in the main base still going on, going to force Pappy to warp in some additional charge lot, which should be able to clean this up in the meantime. Looks like BabyMarine's still going to go ahead and start targeting that 4th base. That 4th base is like, all his shield is all down. So close to dying.
Man, that was so funny. Because we saw that Protoss army go upwards the last time we were here chasing the drop. And then we come back and now it's the drop coming down and the Protoss army chasing it downwards. So it's like a ring around the rosy.
Yeah.
He does get the Nexus. So that's a big deal. PappiJoe decides he's had enough of all the Terran units just kind of picking up and leaving whenever he tries to have a fight. So he's going to try to force the fights here on top of this 3rd base. We'll find a lot of SCVs here. That is a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was some juicy SCV kills there. And that does make up for, that loss of 4th base there. Because, I think PappiJoe would be more satisfied killing 15, well now 21 SCVs and losing a Nexus there. Oh, nice Warp Prism micro there.
Single Archon kind of getting some nice shots onto those Vikings. So the Vikings are low HP right now. Still doing their best. Pretty good micro hit. Ooh, nice pickup as well from PappiJoe, keeping things alive. It's becoming a tight race here between the Protoss and the Terran army. The supply kind of going down at the same time. Those Terran units, they are stimming away more and more. Lower on the HP, EMP's landing. Giving a bit more breathing room. BabyMarine, if he holds on here, it doesn't necessarily mean he's in a great spot though, after losing those 24 SCVs. Still gonna be a bit rough. Two Widow Mines heading towards the third base of PappiJoe though. They might be able to pick off some of those probes. PappiJoe, oh dear.
Wow, wow.
Well, those the Widow Mines that were there way back from when he killed the fourth base. And he kind of just waddled them in after a while, and it's, look at that, 11 kills.
Yeah, that ties up the supply greatly here. And there's still no detection, as these Widow Mines are going to probably get a second pop up there.
PMPs. I don't know, Snoopy. This is a lot of Protoss still. The Alphans are low HP. Is PappiJoe going to break through?
Oh, this is so close. For BabyMarine trying to take advantage of the high ground, but he's going to have to kite away.
Super rough. He's moving back and forth up that ramp indeed. Two of his barracks are going to get decisively shot down as the force field on the ramp. Kind of helping out a little bit, stopping the Terran from moving back where he wanted to go previously. Having a Liberator here in the mix could be a big deal if he manages to set it up in a good spot. And actually protect it with those bio units. That's a pretty good spot, I'm going to say. Very difficult now for the Protoss to push up on this ramp.
Yeah, if I was PappiJoe right now, I would just head straight into the dirt base here. I mean, that dirt base is being mined off. If you can kind of shut down that dirt base, you still 3 versus 2 base, pretty much.
Almost got the Warp Prism there. That could have been a decisive blow. Oh, the Widow Mine sitting a lot of friendly fire. And then one Archon shot just... Oh. Okay, there's still 2 ghosts here. That may have been it, man. That may have been too cost inefficient. Yeah. BabyMarine taps out. Can't keep the juggling going on forever.
Alrighty. A little bit of a back and forth game there. A lot of harassment left and right. Or, I guess, top and bottom. And, yeah, looks like PappiJoe will take the first game and draw first blood.
Very nice. I like these types of games where, you know, the players... It's like when you, just to take an analogy, boxing, for example, right? If you see 2 boxers that are kind of new to the show, you won't see sometimes as much defensive play. And these hits, right, that perhaps sometimes other boxers would be able to kind of dodge or weave out of the way of, or realize they need to do something about it. It's just more hits just kind of hitting. And they become such a aggressive match of stamina where it's just both kind of combatants punching each other in the face over and over again without really being able to defend everything perfectly on their own front. Yeah, that is where you get those big swings from, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's why it becomes so intense, why it feels so nervous. Very cool to see.
Indeed, and you know, both players displayed some really, you know, decent micro there as well. So always fun to watch. Let me just quickly set the name here, PappiJoe. All right. Oh, PappiJoe asking for 2 minutes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that was an intense game.
3 if you want. Maybe he wants to keep the other minutes for later down the line. Could be a way to do. But yeah, that was a rough game for BabyMarine as well, I suppose, right? Just kind of having his initial aggression being spotted, that Reaper being taken out right off the bat. It's just such a heartbreaking way to open up the series, and then Man, with his push, with the siege tanks just barely not killing that one Colossi, and it just continuously adding in that AoE splash damage over and over again with it just having a smidge of health. Shield battery overcharge, pretty good. Again, right, in those situations, it's, oh man, it's so rough to call and to know exactly what to do, but maybe there was a way where he could have moved backwards with some units, right? Not try to be as committed to trying to kill those Colossi with the shield battery overcharge going down. Get a couple more of those siege tank shots in again, right, before the infantry re-engages, but yeah. It's rough. It's rough. If you think you're going to kill those Colossi, right, you should probably go for it, and that's a tough call to make.
Yeah, it was quite close there. I mean, I don't blame him for trying to go for it because the Colossus there was actually quite low in life, and it looked like he was going to be able to take it. And if you remember, the fight started with the tanks getting some really decent tank shots. I mean, they did some nice, decent shield damage there to the Protoss, and yeah, it was a kind of a tough call. I mean, StarCraft 2 is a game of milliseconds, and you have to make decisions like right in that spot. And yeah, I don't blame BabyMarine at all for trying to go for it, but unfortunately, the shield battery does save those Colossus, and pretty much at that point, BabyMarine was kind of playing from behind.
Yeah. And then moves with like the Widow Mines and stuff, right? Kind of giving a bit of a confidence booster perhaps again, but it's still rough. It's still rough. I guess I'll do this first introduction if you'll let me. There's a blue Terran in the bottom left side from Team Rotti. It's the Italian BabyMarine.
And spawning here at the top right, he's our red Protoss, playing for the team of E-Punks and serving pizza all day. He is PappiJoe. PappiJoe. Jojo.
PappiJoe. PappiJoe's Bizarre Adventures. Man, it's still such a journey for these players to go through, right? This is just the first match for PappiJoe, the second match for BabyMarine. I guess it would feel a little bit more important for PappiJoe to try and win this one right now. Although it's going to be interesting if we get a situation where PappiJoe now defeats BabyMarine. BabyMarine would need to win one more game if we would want to have that tied up situation, right? But it's still possible. It's still possible. My dream of a tied up round robin is still possible.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. I mean, like you said, when was the last time you even saw that, right? It's like...
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
In like a big tournament. I think it was a couple... I think tournaments went away a little bit from the round robins because of this. That possibility being there.
Yeah. And to be fair, GSL style format is much easier to follow. You don't need to really keep up with map scores and all that. You can just like see winner versus winner, loser versus loser, and then the ace match.
Yeah, for sure. We've had round robins in the regionals. There weren't any... I guess also GSL is going back into round robins, so there's a bit of a resurgence. Because it is fun as well, right? Just having a couple of those other ones. With a lot of tiebreakers, really. Right, I missed those. Thorn969 letting us know.
Nice.
Were they exciting? Were they everything we dreamed it would be? Was it glorious? Alright, what's happening with this so far? We see a reactor going down with for the factory right there. Bringing up one Hellion initially for BabyMarine. Safety bunker at the front again, and going for a couple of Marines this time. Staying on the Marines with the reactor. Only building one Marine. Okay, there we go. Just spending his money elsewhere for the moment.
Oh my god, his stalker is killing. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice. I just saw the stalker shoot and I just assumed, oh, that must be the Reaper there or something. That was close. That was real close. That stalker would have gone to Protoss jail if he had committed murder.
I know, right?
Yeah. Getting another bit of a look around this Protoss base. It's not too much to see in this area. There's 2 more gateways going up with the Robo and a 3rd base on the other location. That is probably going to get scouted by this Hellion, I imagine. Unless if it gets shot down. Did he see the probe move there or something? Or does he just... You think he's just assuming that there's the 3rd base there? Or just doesn't know at all?
Well, I guess this would be the usual time you get a 3rd Nexus, right? So maybe in his mind, he's probably thinking, yeah, it's probably taken. There's only like 2 options here for a 3rd Nexus, so it's either that one in the pocket area or the one at the top side.
Yeah, exactly. He does know about it now. At least he sees the scout. And the medevac drop coming through the top side is going to be on the mini-map right there. We can see the camera of PappiJoe though. It's just barely not seeing this medevac. Just quite yet. Is he sending units? No, he's not. He didn't notice. It's kind of fun to see with the cameras, right? Being able to be like, oh no, I guess he's not seeing this. This is a stalker. Alright, you know, it's okay.
Yeah, not too shabby.
A stalker for a Widowmine, I would... it's an okay trade. Doesn't want to lose this, of course, as well, the medevac with the other Widowmine. Wants it to kind of stick around, force a couple of stalkers to be defensive as well, right? So then, whenever you try to make another push somewhere, or if the stalkers try to make their way across the map, you still have that threat. So basically, as long as you keep that alive right there, you're taking out maybe 2 to 3 stalkers out of the game.
Right, here it comes back in for another round, but...
Ooh. Oh.
Oh.
It's the Terran way. Unburrow, reburrow until, you know, you get killed.
It's like channeling his inner Ditto. You know that Pokemon Ditto?
Yeah. Tests are always broken down. Let's see. People still talking about the tie breaks in the chat as well. I don't think we've gotten tiebreaker matches, and I think we've been around 8 players round robin. It feels a bit odd to break ties by maps before head-to-head. Well, you know, if you have the same count of head-to-head, which if you only have 3 players in this group, might be possible. Oh, this is a big attack. Oh dear, those units were very far away from the safety of the ramp. Is it going to be enough? Is he going to get that Colossus? Oh. Yes, he will. And we're standing in the back. Those 2 Widowmines. That is massive damage onto that Colossus. Gets the shield battery. He's going to try to get himself out of there. BabyMarine looking at the main base of PappiJoe. There's another Widowmine drop there, and that gets 7 probe kills.
Wow, things are just breaking down here quickly for PappiJoe. All of a sudden, he's down almost 20 supply, overall supply.
Yeah. Yeah, his economy is still alright. You know, he's got the 3rd base. I don't see any attempts here for the 4th base. Well, there's a pylon there, I suppose. Might be looking for it a little bit later. But right now, it looks like he wants to get himself that Templar Archives. Get the upgrades for Blink and Charge all completed. Don't necessarily want to lose those Stalkers there for the Widowmines.
Yeah, right now
a bit low on army supply.
Yeah, he is down by 30 army supply there, and oh my goodness. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. BabyMarine is not going to go ahead, go down 0-2 against PappiJoe, as he will force a game number 3.
Very nice. 1-1 once again. Game number 3 coming in.
Yeah, another game number 3 here. Now, of course, in the first match between BabyMarine and Slavaza, BabyMarine was able to take it 2-1, but we'll see if he can repeat that, or if PappiJoe or PappiJoe can kind of reverse that and get the 2-1 victory. It's going to take place on, of course, all game 3s take place on none other than Data C, right?
That's the place to be for game number 3, Data C. I guess that's where the rhyme ends. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'll see myself out. Oh, are we ready as well? I think we are. I think we are. I'll speak for the both of us. Oh, you already said ready as well.
Yeah.
But last time, you know, this happens as well to me when you ask if someone else is ready, and then you have one of the players just kind of spamming the go, and then you're like, oh, I guess he is ready. And you press start, and then you realize, like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Person saying this. Usually works out. You know, casters, we don't have much to complain about. If the game has started already for 5 seconds and then we figure it out, it's not the worst case.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. We're on the map of Data C, as this guy spawning here at the bottom left, rocking the red paint from.
Sorry, did you say that? Never mind. Continue on it.
Yeah, he's from Denmark, guys. It is. Oh, sorry, not Denmark. He's from Italy, guys. He is a BabyMarine.
This is the Danish boy, the blue Protoss player, fighting for E-Punks, PappiJoe.
You know, we've had a movie called The Danish Girl before, so maybe PappiJoe can star in a new movie called The Danish Boy. You know,
The Danish boy. I think we'll have another Protoss beating that movie first, unless if PappiJoe, you know, wins this tournament here, the entire thing.
That will be probably the biggest upset victory in all of StarCraft 2 history, I would say.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm trying to come back with something else, but no, StarCraft 2 is pretty consistent in, you know, the best players winning.
Yeah, you don't normally see like some nobody come out of nowhere and just win a major tournament or a premier tournament.
It's very, very rare occurrence. Maybe it's from like China sometimes, right? When someone appears. I think it was happening with Time as well, where you hear rumors like, yeah, this guy is fantastic, great, but then, you know, he shows up on the scene and on the outside of China, and you're still not quite 100% sure what's going to happen. It's still fun though. Little bunker shenanigans happening in the natural base of PappiJoe. Has a shield battery already in construction to handle this. May even see a cancel in that bunker. Wouldn't be too upset. No, wants to keep it going. Alright. I guess you're kind of denying any mining from happening here, right? Shield battery a little bit too far away to actually defend these probes, so he could start shooting the probes. There we go.
Oh man, this is so annoying here for PappiJoe.
Yeah. It's great SCV micro as well here, with that little nuke where you can set up the SCV so probes can't get it. It really is just down to the stalkers to shoot it from range, and you can do that little into the bunker trick to dodge the projectiles. Let's run its course. Reaper somehow still alive. Sentry's truly doing no damage. Does go down eventually. Robo on the way for PappiJoe. Pretty similar to game number 1. Or game number 2. Did he do this in game number 1 as well? I think he did, right? Yeah, I think so.
Alright, a little bit of an interesting opening here coming from PappiJoe as he opens up with Robo. There's no Twilight Council or anything like that. What do you think this is for?
I think he is planning to utilize those sentries again with the hallucinations and just kind of try to figure out what is happening. Get himself a quicker third base. And I guess you could go for a couple more gateway units now because of this as well. I mean, Blinkstalker seems to be one of the ways a lot of Protoss like to play these days. Now goes for the Robo for support bay. Robotics for support bay. Has he made just observers so far?
Yeah,
no
looks
wall
like
prism.
pretty much
just probably Colossi.
Yeah, it looks like gonna be Colossi to at least make sure he kind of has the units to defend maybe a tank push of some sort. So he's gonna go ahead and try to deal with these Widow Mines.
Oh my god. Gets a sentry and a stock. Oof. The sentries are expensive, man.
Yeah, and they are, you know, they're very useful during those engagements where you can kind of use those either Sentry Force Fields or Guardian Shield, especially Guardian Shield for the defense there.
Yeah, no, I think you're right as well with the Force Fields, man. They are incredibly useful, especially if you have those kind of 2 base Terran pushes, right? If you manage to split an army up with like 2 or 3 Force Fields, it becomes a whole different fight. Sometimes you can block off a ramp as well, stop them from advancing somewhere, stuff like this. It's just a phenomenal unit, really useful, and yeah. You don't want it to die. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely agree. One of those units that, you know, scales well during the early, mid, and even late game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, because it keeps gaining energy, so the longer the game goes on. That's a cap, of course, how much energy it can have, but if you stay up on top of your hallucinations as well, then should be good. Should be good. You did make a lot of those observers. You made 2 observers, so he didn't go as heavy onto the hallucinations. Should have a fair amount of energy stockpiled up with this push of BabyMarine coming in, which is being split up, actually. 1 medevac filled with Marines off into the main base. It does get spotted by the observer, and this might be a bloodbath. Oh dear. Okay, now he's gone away.
Oh, but he has drawn the army of PappiJoe, excuse me, to the south side. Okay, looks like he will be able to get back into position, but ooh, nice, decent Widow Mine hit on that sentry.
Yeah, another one falls. 5 extra gateways about to finish up, so I don't think BabyMarine will have any foot to stand on as soon as those do. Because the reinforcements for PappiJoe are just gonna skyrocket here. So, yeah, BabyMarine wisely backing up. Couldn't quite get a fight going and trade efficiently enough to really make anything happen. And looking at the overall minerals lost and gas lost, it seems to be somewhat of an equal position. Income-wise, you know, fairly similar. Oh, actually, we have another attempt. More units being brought along. How do you think this one is going to go, Snoopy?
You know what? It's just, I think, you know, compared to the last game, PappiJoe is in a much better position. He's got shoe battery up and running here between the natural and the dirt, and he does have a bit more units here in terms of splash damage. So I feel like PappiJoe should be able to hold this, but Looks like BabyMarine is not even gonna head straight into the second or third. He's going straight, dropping right into the natural, or sorry, not natural, the main base here, which, oh wow, a lot of important structures in terms of the Forge, the Twilight Council, and Templar Archive are there to for the Terran to snipe, but looks like we will go ahead and fly away for now.
Yeah, he may have been able to make a little bit more happen, or at least trade against the gateway units that were being warped in. But when you see those, like the initial couple of Stalkers coming in, right, it's already quite scary. You're never quite certain how much more Protoss is going to be behind that. Unless if you use the scan. And I think he only used the scan after he had retreated, so... just playing it safe. Doesn't want to, you know... I say play it safe, he did just send 3 medevacs filled with units into the main base, but... you know... as safe as you can be when you're in that situation.
Yeah. Alright, now it's time for PappiJoe to put on the aggression, as he does have the War Prism here onto the south side. Do we have any tanks? Only one tank in the near the CC there, but a lot of bunkers actually covering the kind of the upper side of the CC there. Not quite as much in the lower side.
Well, if he kites back into that area, it's going to be rough for the Protoss units to really get all the damage where they wanted to go. Especially with this amount of Zealots. 2 interference matrices come in that may be a little bit too early, as the Protoss still able to kind of just walk away. Does lose an Archon on his retreat, but still has a formidable amount of units here.
Alright, looks like PappiJoe is going to go ahead and try to go for more of a more surface area with the charge lot on the top side. But these Colossus are still alive. These Vikings trying to snipe away. Oh, but nice pullback there on one of the injured Colossus. A lot of the bunkers have been pretty much taken down, and all of a sudden, PappiJoe going to go ahead and force the evacuation of these SCVs and the CC.
Yeah, solid play, especially considering he's on full base economy behind this. He's just endlessly warping in units. Time is ticking for BabyMarine. He's going to have to find a way to deal with this army in front. He's going to have to figure out how to do it quick. And you know what? I'm not even sure if it's a possibility here.
Oh man, I feel like he should just go for the contain here instead of trying to commit into the natural. I mean, he has shut down the dirt base, and oh, here we go. SCV's being pulled.
I see MPs. It's the Colossus, but there's still so much Protoss. PappiJoe really feeling confident here, going up into that natural, as you said, and even though he kind of had a bit of trouble, he might just be under the assumption that, alright, I'm so far ahead on bases, as long as I kind of keep trading, you know, somewhat efficiently, and just keep doing that, I should win this, right? Because I'm double your economy right now.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of SCVs down. You know, just playing very patiently. He's not gonna commit too, you know, too deep into the natural here. And with some nice War Prism or War Prism juggling here, I think he should be able to have enough, especially with the Immortal joining up with the rest of the crew.
This Terran army is starting to become a little bit scary, though. It's once again up to the same amount of army supply. It's a little bit low on the HP because the medevacs don't have energy, but if you give the Terran time to recuperate, that might still be a Terran army that could get itself across the map. PappiJoe once again committing here. Widowmine's getting beautiful shots. Still a very awkward game like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this keeps going, is this PappiJoe's game to lose right now?
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, like you mentioned, the army supply right now, it's pretty close. And gotta remember, BabyMarine is working off of 2 upgrades versus only the +2 of PappiJoe. Now, the +1 armor is about to finish for our blue Protoss. So that's gonna definitely help as he tries to, you know, break the red Terran here. Will he do it?
He's gonna try. Once again, kind of losing the Zealot shield quite quickly due to the Widow Mines, but still has the Stalkers there. The Stalkers starting to get pummeled now as well, though. More Zealots coming in. A lot of the Protoss army a bit busy targeting down the orbital. Do manage to get it. And that's enough for BabyMarine to tap out. He had the writing on the wall there for a little bit. Trying his absolute best to get this second victory here as well.